Welcome students, welcome to my second part of my video, World Decolonization, topic number 9, SYJC history. In the previous topic, we focused on decolonization of Asia. We spoke about how Britishers gave independence to India, how we acquired independence from the Britishers. Then we also saw what is Atlantic Charter, the charter which was published together by Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of England, and Franklin Roosevelt, President of America. And due to this Atlantic Charter, the movement of decolonization was at a super speed. And there was no other go but the European colonies. The European rulers had to give independence to all the colonies. Then we focused on how Mahatma Gandhi took the leadership of getting or acquiring freedom from the British rule. Then we saw Germany and Turkey, which were they were defeated in the First World War, and the League of Nations. They appointed trustees to look after these territories. Then we saw England released its hold in Singapore, Indochina, Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria. We also saw the French domination, which was dominating in some areas. Even they have given up colonialism. Then we saw Maldives. Maldives were under Portuguese. Not only Maldives, even Goa was under them. And we saw how these Portuguese, they gave freedom to Maldives. Then we saw Sri Lanka, British ruled Sri Lankan areas, Ceylon, and how they have given freedom to Sri Lanka. We saw Myanmar, or it was also called as Brahmadesh. This Brahmadesh was under the British rule, and these Britishers, they gave freedom. So this was the main focus of our first part. Now let us go to the second part of the video, that is decolonization of Africa. As we all know, Africa was also under the colonial rule of the Britishers, or I will say under the European rulers. During the 15 years period from 1950 to 1965, people in European colonies in Africa freed themselves from the foreign rule. The education system imposed by the Europeans was alien to them. Ironically, African leaders were trained in the alien education system, and their education introduced to them American War of Independence, French Revolution. The African people become aware of nationalism and national pride. After Second World War, nationalism got further boosted. England and France gradually began to grant some rights to the Africans in their colonies. They strengthened the independence movement in Africa. Bandung Conference. India called the first conference of Asian countries in 1947. Representatives of 25 Asian countries were present for the conference. In this conference, the concept of Asian regionalism was shaped. The issues like common problems faced by Asian people, social, economic, and cultural problems of Asian countries, and was the need of the mutual cooperation among the Asian countries were discussed in this conference. The conference was followed by the first conference of Asian and African countries held in 1955 at Bandung in Indonesia. This was known as Bandung Conference. In this conference, the problem of Afro-Asian countries were discussed, and was decided to focus on the world peace and mutual cooperation. The concept of African unity. H.S. Wilson, or sorry, H.S. Williams was the first person to think about African unity. He formed an organization while in London called African Association, later called as Pan-African Association. He organized the first conference in 1900. Then American sociologist of the African origin was present in this conference. In 1919, the Conference of African Leaders, Thinkers were held at Paris, known as Pan-African Congress. Thereafter, the Pan-African Congress at various places were held. This resulted in the idea of Pan-African unity taking deep root in Africa. The fifth Pan-African Congress held at Manchester in 1945 by the people of African origin living in Manchester. We will see decolonization of African continent. The First World War began in 1914. At the time, except Liberia and Ethiopia, entire African continent was ruled by European powers. All the different European powers ruled the Africa continent. European colonies of Africa, almost the entire continent, got involuntarily involved in the war. Soon after the onset of the war, England and France began to attack German colonies in Africa. After the defeat of Germany in the war, allied nations began to compete with each other for occupying German colonies in Africa. Not only that, the American President Woodrow Wilson, considering the situation, suggested that the victorious European nation should act as a trustee, and erstwhile German colonies and administer them only as a protector. It was necessary to give colonies internal autonomy. Hence, the League of Nations decided, with the mutual understanding of England, France, and Belgium, should be divided the colonies among themselves. A committee of 11 members were appointed by the League to supervise the administration of the colonies. The British colonies, namely Cape Colony, Natal, Orange, Free Trade, Transvaal, were amalgamated in the state of South Africa and created in 1920. However, the dominance of the white people continued unchanged. Egypt got its independence before the Second World War. Following it, Libya, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, Ghana became independent one after the other. About the middle of the 20th century in all, 12 French colonies such as Ivory Coast, Madagascar, Mali in Central Africa became independent. Along with it, Cameroon, Somalia, and other colonies were under the care of League of Nations, and other European colonies became independent one by one. Algeria had to give a tough fight to get its freedom. Finally, in 1962, it became independent by conducting a plebiscite. There was a vote. In 1964, Tanganyika and Zanzibar were amalgamated as an independent state. The Republic of Tanzania came into existence. Prior to the Second World War, Italy had taken over Ethiopia, Libya, annexed its Italian empire. During the Second World War, Mussolini, the dictator of Italy, had used these two regions for launching attack on Egypt and other British colonies in Africa. The African battlefield in the Second World War had spread from Morocco to Libya in the north, Ethiopia and Somaliland on the eastern border of Africa. The British Empire in Africa was in danger because of aggression of Italy and German General Erwin Rommel. Indian soldiers in British Army who fought with a great resilience. With their help, the British could compel the combined armies of Italy and Germany to retreat. Italy and Germany had to lose their colonies in Africa at the end of the Second World War in 1945. Now, when I conclude the lesson, when it says that the end of the Second World War created an environment in the process of decolonization. Not only there was a process of decolonization, but also it gained momentum of decolonization. And the Asian and the African continent were filled with heightened spirit of independence movement. This awareness about this movement spread rapidly. Many countries in both continents obtained freedom. However, the development of these countries also been watched by America and Russia, the superpowers. Each of them were trying to attract maximum countries on its side. As we all know, Soviet Russia or Russia, they were communist and Americans were capitalist. So each of them were trying to attract maximum countries on its side. And in the next lesson, we are going to study about the Cold War and how this Cold War impacted even India. So I end this lesson. Thank you very much, my dear students, for your patient hearing. Before I end this video, it's a sincere request. If you like this video, please do like it. If you have not subscribed it, please share it with others and ask them to subscribe it. And also, if they are not aware of this channel, please give the awareness by sharing it with others. Now, let me tell you one thing very clearly. Students, it is your encouragement, your support that makes me to do the videos more and more. So I would like to ask for your cooperation and support. May God bless you.